Yo, there we go. This is what I was trying to do. All right. Oh, it's really loud. Hold on, let me cut that down. There we go. What's good, folks? It's gonna be a short stream. I didn't realize I was waiting on Damien to do the Better Than series, or the Better Teaches series, but they have a different time. So yeah, no teaches stream. Hey Chris, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? So many good people. All right, so the project today is a fun one. I'm actually excited about this. It's gonna be fun. It is ignore all these tabs. Good Lord, I've been terraforming, doing all kinds of crazy things. We're making an Ivan CLI JQ cheat sheet. You were wearing the shirt 2 days ago? Oh, man, my entire wardrobe is conference shirts and other shirts that I got from events and vendors. So yeah, what we're doing today, we are creating the Ivan CLI JQ cheat sheet. I can't necessarily fully explain the full pattern of why we're doing this. The too long didn't read is often we find ourselves writing something like this to get our access token list or something to that effect, and I can never remember what the actual command is to do it. So the goal is that we create a cheat sheet that makes it easy for people to go in and get the exact, or find the exact thing that they're looking for based on some list. And this is basically, we're going to give them the Ivan CLI command, and then we're going to give them the JQ settings that, oh, hey, my insights were in there. Cool. We're going to basically give them the full command, not just the CLI command. Which will allow them to get the information that they're looking for. And this will be a work in progress. We're actually writing the code that's going to compile all of this. Yes, I thought about using Render Engine. I opted against it because I don't know if I can make it a website or not yet. Also, if it's a website, then I have to maintain it. I'd rather it not be a website, to be honest. I'd rather just update like the README, you know, or create the system for viewing it or something. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. But right now, what I'm working on, what I have is like this. I don't know why that's a directory called user.json. User.json. We could go. I don't know why I did rf. So we have this process JSON thing, and the process JSON thing, we can get rid of you. We don't need that. I wanted to enforce this dictionary type, and I know that like duck typing is a thing. It's like yada, yada, yada. This data class's idea though, I kind of like it. In an incompatible manner, return, I mean, what? Yeah, duh. Is it just yelling at me because I don't have a return there? Yeah. Also doesn't help that I can't type. Boom. There we go. All right, so my whole thought in this is that if I give it a JSON file called user.json, right? This is where all the user commands go. So then you would have something like boom, boom, well here, boom, boom. And you'd have title would be, I don't know. I'm also terrified. Actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a fake Ivan account for this, purely because I'm terrified that I'm going to expose keys and stuff, and I don't want to have to go back and edit this. I wonder if I have my fake Ivan account still from the last fake Ivan account that I made. No? Okay, well, we'll just do this. J.Miller plus stream CLI. Oh. Y'all can't see this. Y'all don't need to see this. Okay, good. That doesn't exist. Yep. Yep. Sure, why not? Also, why not, I guess. Register. And then I need to go into go over here. Check that mail. Yeah, like I said, a lot of this was like I'm really not trying to expose stuff. All right, so now that we've got that, I think I can do some of the basics here. Now, Laura, you got me wanting to go and look at those results. SP. Oh, no. Yeah. Let's do that. And then, no, you're fine. You're fine. That might be a good video if I were the Primogen or somebody, and I would just like go through each of them and be like, aha. But to be honest, I'll review them eventually and then do a thing. But I want to get through this a little bit. All right, so if we have avian user logout, I need to log out because I'm logged into my other thing. Let's I could see that being fun. I could see that being a good little video. I'm just, I don't know. React content, React developer content, not programming React developer. You know what I mean? What is this? Something. What do you need first? Yeah, like reaction content. Developer content, reaction content. I'm not reading everybody's blog posts and giving my opinions. I'll be like, yeah, that's their opinion. It's fine. But the first things first, you like create an Ivan account, sure, because that's always required, and then log into your Ivan. Something to this effect. Create an Ivan account and then download the Ivan CLI. That's I can never remember how you do this. Is it python-m pip install -- user Ivan client? I would also argue this is the thing that I wish GitHub had. Okay, so we're gonna get on soapbox. Nope, not that. Here we go. We'll just use this one, I guess. So if I go to some Azure, what was it? Like docs.microsoft. Oh, learn.microsoft. That's what it was. Learn.microsoft.com. Boom. We go somewhere. Build skills. Python. Cool. Trying to see if I can find one. Like, they have these tabs, right? There's things that you can do where you have tabs that pop up. I probably shouldn't have started with Python. I probably should have went to like deploy thing. Yeah, like if I came over like getting started with Azure Functions or something, these. Like, oh, choose a link, like some little table that like changes the content, or just in the traditional like different tabs. And maybe they do exist. Maybe I don't know about them, but like GitHub tab markdown, writing and formatting. I doubt they exist. Because that would be so dope if they did. Something like that. Like these things. Like that would be so good. Oh my goodness. Because in my mind, I'm immediately like, usually it's part of a framework like DocuSign. Yeah. But I'm thinking like, it would be cool because I have like this, do this. I tell people, you know, to make it available, like use pipex. And like there's two options. You can use pip, you can use homebrew, you can use pipex. Like, but now I got to do like using pip, you know, and then using homebrew. Also doesn't help that I don't know if that's actually correct or not, but you know. Oh, it's fine. Yeah, you gotta do all that. And then, oh, what? No. Well, I tried to do some weird striking thing. It's gonna be avian user login. Right? So we do that. Username. Yeah, but so we did the thing, right? So we got like all this stuff figured out. And that's like, we're not doing any of this stuff in the actual cookbook. This is like the base thing. It's backticks. Yeah, maybe. Oh, I know why. So, Laura, you like this because I'm using my Moonlander. I forgot what they're called, like captain keys or whatever. But basically, like whenever you press and hold. So like, obviously, I tap it. It's that. I hold it. It's that. That's why. I guess I held on to that. Tap dance. Yeah. I guess I held on to it too long, so I put it as backticks. Just kind of annoying. Okay, cool. So we got that README. So the idea that I was thinking of is basically a simple one of that you have this format that's basically either I haven't decided. I don't hate YAML. For this, I kind of hate YAML because I think JSON's just better. I almost thought about writing this completely in YAML, and I was like, ooh, I feel like that would really get to folks eventually. But the idea would be different commands in a different file, or different base commands in a different file. So if I did, let's see, nv user, oh, I already have it up here. So here, like we have this user.json, title would be get user auth token prefixes, or I don't know how to say this, get token prefixes or maybe list all token prefixes. And then from there I would do like list all token prefixes, and then the command was something else. I had to remember what my actual entries are. So we have title, command, description, example. So if we do that, then we could then do title, command. That command is going to be avian user access token. I literally have it written, or I had it written down. Access token list pipe JQ map oh dear, how do we, I guess we just escape it because it's JSON. It's technically actually JSON. Map and then that would be token prefix, something like that. I think that's the actual command, and we could test these. That's actually one of the things that I do want to do, is I want to test these and like then have it. We'll get there. Description, retrieve the retrieves the token prefixes. You can something to that effect. And then the example is the one that I'm still a little like, I don't know how I would write this, but it would be something similar to like you actually write the command out. So you would just do But do I really need to? Oh, example was supposed to be output. It's not supposed to be example. Yeah, because then you can just do like that. Or maybe do that. There we go. So do that effect. Oh, I just said it. That's output, not example. Cool. Uh-huh. Expected indent. Is my indent wrong? Unexpected indent. There we go. So something like that. We'll get the rest of that in a second. But basically we would want something like this, and then we want the output to basically just be like how do you do multi-line output in JSON? Do you just do new lines? Like is that the thing? Okay, so if we do Ivan user access token create dash JSON. Oh, that's also, I need to tell this to do dash JSON like that. JSON pipe that into JQ, and we're just gonna do we mostly just want to say done, that way it's not gonna give us the whole thing. That's fine. It created the token. Requires description, so I didn't create the token at all. Invalid character, Unix shell coding issues. Description, test. Whoa. Oh, did it replace every value it done? I mean, that's fine too. I don't really care. I just basically didn't want it to write out the full key. But now we could just run this really quick. Well, I'm just gonna run it. I don't think that's right. That didn't feel right. Don't want full token. But basically that's what we want, something like that. Do I not have one for list? Okay, yeah, I did have one for list. Something to that effect. Yeah, there we go. So then now we know we don't need that, we just need that. But then I can take this output, run that again. Copy that. That's annoying. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I just did a video about this. Okay, hold on. Hold on. We're gonna copy this. Just copy that whole thing, right? I just talked about this. You wanna get the output of something and put it directly into the terminal. You don't need to do that. You just need to do this. Colon R exclamation point the command. So now the question is, that's what I thought. It's gonna have a problem with this, but we can at least, we can split this up. I feel like this is another command that I need to learn where I take all that information and put it on new lines. Oops. I also know that, like, yes, I could create a macro that does this. Oh, actually, I might actually need to do that. Because I need to escape those lines. This is me learning Vim and also writing code that does this all at the same time. So what if we do enter there? Nope. V. Right, and then we do search colon man. Okay, that's fine. And we're gonna do that, and we're gonna G it. I feel like mistakes were made. Like, do we have to do 2 of these? Yep, you do. And then again, it's probably easier to just do that and then go and clean this up after the fact, like that. And the best part of this is that I can just JQ this. So I can just do bat process JSON, right? Oh, not process JSON, my bad. Bat user.json. Okay. Bat user JSON JQ. Expected separator values between at line 6. Column 12. That's interesting. I mean, other than the fact that this isn't. Oh, yeah. Is that what you're telling me? There's no comma there? So you're yelling? But I feel like with that, at least when we set it up, it'll output that as it should be, not how it looks. And then a part of me is like, all right, cool. I'm nerd sniping myself now because I'm immediately like, oh, what if I made this a CLI that like I could then just query what I'm trying to do and then it tells me, and then it's like better the better Ivan CLI. That would be funny. That would be fun and funny and miserable, and I should not do it. We're going to do it. Yeah. So now, yeah, that's like, cause in my mind, like that's what I really want. Like if I had a thing here and I could just go like AVNJQ, like user access token or something. If I could alias all of these, make all of these aliases, like 100% AVNJQ would be this whole thing. Which I mean, I probably should do anyway, just as a like, make my life easier. But just do like AVNJQ space user, like, I don't know, what'd you say, like list token prefixes or something like that, and then have that just auto command into the thing. Oh, I'd love that. Take my money now. That being said, we are going to remove the list token prefixes like that and make it like that, and then boom. So now it's there. But I do need to see what that actually looks like output. So we're going to say for if name in main. All right, Laura, you convinced me. You convinced me. All right, so then we're going to do def search JSON file, and that's going to be file name, and then automating work things would be very pretty. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, more than anything, it's just like, I hate trying to remember that. So that's why I was like, and then Jen was like, I'm struggling to remember how to make this as well. So I was like, why are we trying to remember how to make it? Why don't I can make a cookbook that's just like, here's how you do this thing. And then I'm like, well, here's how you would make a CLI to do this thing. But yeah, search, given a file name. This is where I'm trying to figure out, how would I search this though? Like def, we want something that returns the output of a particular entry, which we've already gotten with this dear stir thing. We have like what? Def load entry. And that would just be dictionary string. Do we want file name dictionary string? Let's just do this for now. Like that. And then you would have, I mean, honestly, it's just returning entry ***. Yeah. Okay. So that's what that's doing down here, right? For path and path of you would just do print entry star. You gotta do for this path. Let's see, JSON file. My brain is like struggling on this. It's like for entry in path. Okay, so for entry in JSON loads path dot read text, something like that. Yeah. Print entry. Something like that. What are you yelling at me about? So then we don't need this at all. Don't need that. We'll come back to this in just a second. If I run this, my aliases aren't working. It's making me angry. I don't know why, but I'll figure that out eventually. PVA or source, not env, then activate. Then we got so. Oh, because there's no data folder. Yep. So make dir data move user.json into data. Argument must have the dict attribute. That's true. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. It's just that. I went one level too low. Expected keyword argument description also would help if I could type. Did I not type something correctly and incorrectly in two places? Okay, what is happening here? Where am I messing this up? And it got unexpected keyword argument. Okay, fine. Let's see, back grep description. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh shoot, because yeah, it's because of the buffer. The buffer, it moved. The file moved. BD. Let's do that move again. Yeah, that's fine. Run it again. Yeah, see, this is what I was hoping for. Of that now, if you do that, you can do list token preferences. This thing. And then of course we can do things like, how would we pretty this? Is there like a markdown prettier? Markdown prettier Python. Just Markdown support. Oh, prettier supports Markdown. Nice. Okay, so prettier? Yeah, I like it. So we can do Python, process JSON. Really? Let me guess, they just wanted to be standard in. Prettier options, file dir, glob. By default, output is written to standard out. Standard in is read if it is standard in is read if it is piped to prettier and no files are given. Okay. Maybe it's because I'm printing it, so like it technically isn't standard out or standard in. But I think I can do typer echo for that. Okay, this actually works. We do here at typer command. We've only got one for now, so we can just do this. Typer run search JSON file, right? Just do that. File name is going to be a pathlib path. We won't go too deep on that just because eventually that's going to be called elsewhere. So now if we do missing argument file name, yeah, that's fair. So then we need the file name. The file name is data.user.json. It would also help if we got rid of this pathlib here and brought that over. Doing a support lurk. Hey, Luminar, how's it going? Good to see you. Long time no chat. Thank you for the lurk. Okay. No parser and no couldn't infer a parser. Okay, that's fine. So now for this we got to do typer echo. This is file name. There we go. Do that. For entry in JSON path, y'all just don't like to save? Is that what it is? That's fine. Okay. No. Dang it. There we go. All right. So you're telling me that that works, right? What is it telling me here? You'll be doing this with Rust? I feel ya. Do I need to tell it what parser? So like this parser markdown? Okay. You didn't really pretty it though. That's kind of frustrating, is that I came here, hey, supports markdown, da 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 da. Oh, and the output didn't really do much. More than anything, I just wanted to see if it would like color it a little bit, you know? By either using MD or markdown tag template literals, you can format markdown code inside of JavaScript. Yeah, like that's what I was const markdown heading CLIs. Add option to insert format first block. In some cases, you may not want to format your code in Markdown, and just like in other languages in Markdown, you can use ignore comments. It just wraps it. That's it. Output. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm kind of okay with this as well. I was kind of hoping to get some colorification in there. I wonder if you can actually. No. This is the problem of saying like. Prettier is a thing. Prettier is a thing. How to format your code with prettier in VS Code. Again, I do not care about that. I care about like the CLI. I don't want to format in place. Prettier docs, package docs, single trailing, quote trailing. I guess it doesn't preview, right? Which is kind of annoying. I'm not even about, does prettier add colors? You thought it was the LSP. It could be the LSP doing it as well. I don't know why I thought like it would have access to like the colorizing paths in a terminal. But I could also just do, instead of prettier, could I just do bat? Kind of does the same thing, I guess. What I was hoping for was to get some nice view of this, but maybe another option here is actually rich Python markdown. Can render markdown to the console. To render markdown, construct a markdown object and print it to the console. Okay, well. I figured it was already installed. I just couldn't remember if that was like by default. So yeah, if we do console print markdown, and I think you can even do the typer echo to automatically be rich. But we can do this way for now. And from right? That's what we're doing. And then, yeah, you're just passing in whatever the value is. Yep, and then you just do console print. Beautiful. All right, so if we do that, then we come down here. Instead of typer echo, we just do console print markdown. Console is not defined. Yep. And then we can do some stuff in that too. Input data should be string, not class main entry. That's fair. It didn't save. There we go. I mean, that kind of did something. That's interesting, though. Can I... Oh, it doesn't... It keeps that console open? I don't know how I want to do that. Because I don't know if I want to keep it open. This is when we start getting into like textualize or textual. I always get them confused. Oh, it is textualized, right? No textual. So pip install textual, yeah, Cool. I did this to myself. That's the reminder, is that I did this to myself. Import. Okay. That stuff is all fun, but we want a window. We just want the window. Yeah, because my thought is you do something like this and then you actually put in like a markdown reader. Because if you do it that way, you can then use the CSS to style it the way that you want, which is cool. Layout, widget styles, layout, horizontals, layout. Yeah, DOM queries, textual CSS, styles, app basics. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. So, don't think we need that. We probably will still need that markdown from textual.app import app. Is that what we're doing? Yeah. Would help if I did this right. Okay, so then from there, so you just have app and you have app.run. So that didn't really change much. App.run. We run this now and nothing happens, is the assumption. Oh, it still needs a file name? I gotta save. Gotta save. Import got passed somewhere. Oh. Okay. Fair. App is not defined. Did I call it something different? I called it cookbook. Yep, cookbook run. I was like, where's this yelling at? Oh. Okay, yeah, so blank screen, perfect. And then now inside of this, we need to add things. So inside of that, you add widgets, right? On mount, you do a thing. Compose, yield welcome. To add widgets to your app, implement a compose, which should return an iterable of widget instances. Okay, I mean, that's fair. All right, so this turns into compose, inherit self. That's gonna be data. I'll just hard code that for now. Data, well here, do this. Thank you, Kentuck. All right, so we got this, and then that's gonna be our path, which I mean, we can go ahead and make this just a path then. Data user.json. So you go there. Cool. Okay, so it's doing things and turned it invalid. Okay, so maybe you just yield this. Did not like that. Insert an invalid result. The JSON must be a string bytes array, not a POSIX path. Eh? I don't understand the problem here. Type error compose method returned an invalid result. Oh. Argument of type path cannot be assigned to parameters s in loads. That's because we need to do read text there. Okay. Can't mount Markdown expected a widget class. Okay, so I'm guessing, so for that they needed a widget. Is there a markdown widget? App equals welcome out, yield welcome. Welcome is welcome is like this whole widget thing that they have. Is there a markdown widget? Markdown viewer, a widget to display markdown content with an optional table of contents. Oh, ooh, that gets me like 90% of the way there. Yes. Okay. I'm guessing this is from widgets import. Okay. Okay, so from textual dot widgets import markdown viewer, and then we're gonna do yield markdown viewer. You mean from textual dot widgets can't be resolved? Get out of here. Import widget. This all seems right. Markdown viewer. Yeah, textual widgets start markdown. So then I would guess textual.widgets markdown viewer. There we go. Widgets markdown viewer. Yeah. Get out of here. Compose result. Compose. Oh, it just yields compose result. Okay, cool. So yeah, this seems right. I don't know why it's yelling. Yeah, I like this. Okay, so see now, this is what I was hoping for, is that you can then output it like this. The thing I don't understand is why is it path down so deep? I'm guessing it's because of how I output this entry class, because these are all 3s. So we do like that. I'm guessing we don't want to, I'm guessing we want to do something like that, right? That when we run, oh, everything's at the same level. Yeah. Okay. So my output here is probably F JSON path, right? JSON path dot title. I can never remember stem. What's this? Stem. And then string entry, all those things, right? Close that. So when we run it back. Yeah. So as a user, list token preferences, example output. Okay, let's add another one. Let's do VSP data user.json. The thing that I have with this is I don't know how to test these things at all. That scares me just a little bit, that I'm like, why not? I mean, we could just, the quick test would be to just do 2 of these and see what happens. I'm guessing it would work fine. Whoa. Oh, it makes, oh, so each of these lines like expands? That's weird. I don't know how I like that. It kind of makes sense that it puts it on the side, but that's kind of goofy. Oh, it's yielding a separate markdown viewer. Well, this is when you make that a entries equals string entry star star entry for entry and all that, right? And then you just yield What's this getting mad at me about? Just gonna be easier. Okay, so just basically there's some, I don't understand the problem. That seems fine. Oh, I see it. I see it here, right here. So try not to have my entire Discord. Say hi, Jeff. All right, so yeah, so now when we do that, we have this, and then, okay, and then it goes down to the thing. Okay, so that's, I think we've done it. We've mostly done it. Everything else is basically cleaning it up. But now we just need a button that adds to the clipboard, right? How do you inject into the yeah, that's fine. Can you like Okay, show table of contents true. Yes, name of the widget, whatever classes, yada, yada, yada. Document. Navigator updated. Table of contents type. Then you got this markdown thing. Table of contents selected. Because I would absolutely love like a button that you press that copies the command so that you can just paste it in. You know? Go? What is go? Navigate to a new document path. So you could modify go. That's an option. Or you could just have a button. Just looking at this, would you have a button here? Or a button on the side? Because what I'm thinking is you combine these things, right? So if you have, let's bring back typer, import typer, right? We bring that back. And then from there we go, first of all, typer equals, right? We do that. We don't just do cookbook run. Cookbook run is called in, So maybe you load the widget, or you load the reference. I like that markdown viewer. That was dope. Could also see markdown working, because if you do markdown, then you can add another block underneath it that then is like, how do I interact with this? Yeah, you can actually add buttons in typer. Like, that's the best part. That's why I like typer, because you can hotwire those to commands. So if we were to, yeah, so you can do this. You can add like a footer to the bottom. But what I'm thinking is you have content switcher, a switcher for containing a switch between multiple child widgets. But yes. Oh no, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. I was thinking like, I'm thinking of like a list view, list item. Because like in my head, what I'm thinking is you close this. You could just do open cookbook, and the open cookbook would just be like the thing. Or you could do like a whole list of options. And if you do a list of options, you basically just call them by this. And it just returns that one entry. So right now we have this just returns everything. But I think you would have individual widgets. I just don't know, and this is where I would need to learn more about these, is do you have widgets that like sit in the background that don't get loaded? And then you just call a widget. Bindings, bind keys, that's cool. So you could bind a key to copy. That's another option. So markdown viewer, so the markdown viewer widget, I'm wondering if there is like a, current. Back, forward, go, markdown, show table of content, classes. The classes of, okay, this is the CSS classes of the widget. That's fine. Navigator updated. So that's like a method call. Go back one level in history, go forward one level in history. So you'd have to know where you are in the history. So that's going to be an attribute. Where are you at here? Link clicked, control href. We could also just make them a hyperlink so that if you click them, then it does the same thing too. Table of contents selected. Go to anchor. Meth as a type was, yeah. Well, yeah, it's short for method. I get it. I agree with you. Like, did it really need to be meth? Is the OD like, oh, well, here we are. Action link, build from token. Unhandled. I'm literally just looking for, is there a way for it to tell me where we are in, like, just that section? Trigger when the table of contents changes. Rebuild the table of contents. Table of contents, reactive, optional, type. Let me see if I can like find active on here. Reactive, 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 reactive. That's it. Current. Try and find the given anchor in the current document. So that just tries to go to a particular anchor. So maybe anchor is one. Param anchor. Oh, the anchor is the name. The anchor to try and find. The anchor is found. Sanitize location. Break out the path and any anchor. What does that mean? Oh, it just cleans it out. Okay. I'd rather not. I would have to assume that there's a markdown block, the base class for a markdown element. Action link, click on the link. Update the document with new markdown. I'd prefer if you didn't. Unhandled token, sanitize location, just empties it out. Load a new markdown document, go to anchor, just goes to a particular spot in the markdown widget. How does go to anchor work? I'm guessing it just has like a list of all of the things. I mean, you could just go to anchor. Like that could be a quick way to do the thing. All right, so in my head, as I'm thinking about this, you would have this class. Compose is what builds the thing, right? Yeah, yield header, yield footer, do some stuff. We got that. Custom widgets, we got all that. Okay, so you have a bunch of different statics that have their own compose, and then you have an app that has a compose that just calls that static. Two new widgets, composing widgets, writing textual CSS. Don't care about that right now. That's all fine. We don't care about the CSS basics. We want to be able to load in a widget, like reactive attributes. A recurring theme in textuals, you rarely need to explicitly update a widget. It is possible. You can call refresh to display new data. However, textual prefers to do this via reactive attributes. You can declare a reactive attribute. Let's use this feature to create a timer that displays the elapsed time and keeps it updated. Okay, so then it's just like constantly reloading the thing. Yeah. Wiring buttons. We need to be able to stop, start, and reset. So we do that. Compose, that's just that. On mount, load this. Update time, do a thing. Start, stop, reset. Then you have your stopwatch, which is a static thing. Okay, cool. Dynamic widgets. The stopwatch app creates a widget which starts by a compose method. We will also need to create new widgets while the app is running. Remove widgets we no longer need. This is what I think I was looking for. Scrollable container. Stopwatch. Which that's like a whole thing. I'm not worried about that. ID timers. Okay. Action add stopwatch to add a new stopwatch. Remove stopwatch to remove a stopwatch. Okay, so what I'm thinking is currently it just converts all of this into output. Right? Maybe we have like a menu that has all the options. Let's create some bindings first. So I think starting out, the markdown viewer just has like welcome text, and we just assign that welcome text, right? It's like welcome help text. Something like that, right? So then you can say def load cookbook, right? And this is where I was trying to figure out the way that they do this. They have add stopwatch, action add stopwatch. It just does the thing. So I think it finds that action add, and then it will make it so that, yeah, new stopwatch is stopwatch, new stopwatch scroll visible. Query one timers mount new stopwatch. So you just mount. So you're looking for a field and then you're mounting. But because we're doing this markdown viewer, could we do markdown reload? So you give it an ID. Okay, so I think we just have In this compose, we have this. We don't need, that goes in here, right? And then we do, you just yield these? Yep. Yield, markdown viewer, welcome text, comma, ID equals main window, something like that. And then can you do like, can you change a value? So like get query one, so self.query one, and then you query that, and then you run the thing. So mount new thing. Query one, I'm guessing, returns the exact thing. Okay, so we would say load self. We need to add action. Okay, I don't think we have to do the other stuff. I think we just gotta do action. Is there a thing here? Action, add stopwatch, and then they add it to the bindings. So do we need to add our bindings here? So let's do that. Bindings are inside of, okay, so bindings is equal to what? It's a list of tuples, and it's the key. So you would say Q is Q always quit? How would you make it quit? Modal screens. Yeah. Quit screen. Self-dismiss true. So on button, would you just say action quit? Like, I'm guessing I probably shouldn't call it quit or exit. I don't know. Self.exit. So on action, still calling run. Yeah, the only reason we're going to bring typer back in is that I want typer to kind of dictate some of the things that we put in by default, like the starting point. Well, it did the thing. I pressed Q and it quit. Like, that's dope. So like it loads the thing, and I need to disable table of contents though. All right, so markdown viewer. And then we have show, what were the methods in this markdown viewer? Because I think we can do things like, it's just dot table of contents. Does that just show it? Oh no, that's the actual data in the table of contents. Okay. That's kind of cool that you can just access it like that. That's nice. Or I guess you could populate it? Underlying data to populate the table of contents widget. Yeah, nice. Okay. Disabled, whether the widget is disabled or not. Markdown table of contents. Again, I'm just expecting there to be like a show table of contents equals false. Something similar to that, you know? It doesn't need to be a lot. Show table of contents equals false. There we go. Show underscore table of contents equals false, right? So we have action quit, and we have load self. So I think you could then pull up some other options. So we could do, let's try this. Let's go. We'll say S for section or search maybe. We'll cheat for right now and just say like A for all. All cookbooks C for chapter. Or do you want C to be copy? I feel like you want C to be copy. My only thing about that is I don't know of a way to get, I mean, there is a way to do it. You could use like a markdown parser, but that feels kind of, I mean, it feels kind of cool, but this is the problem is every time I'm thinking of something, I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. Copy. You could do F for focus. These are all buttons that don't exist right now. And then in the footer, go back to this tutorial here. You have this footer down here. It'll have all those bindings. Just gotta remember. Oh, is it automatically set like that to just automatically give you those? So I don't even need to do anything wild. I just need to just go yield footer. Like, it would help if I added a T in there. Oh yeah, I should probably also make these definable. Oh, do I have to have other options? Let's just get rid of these. Yeah, I think we just make a section called section list that is outside of this. Kind of like what they were saying when you have different multiple stopwatches, custom widgets. Well, the thing I need to figure out is, do they have the time display as a static option? Stopwatch is a static option. It's a stopwatch widget. Okay. So wait. Why did they choose static though? Is what I'm trying to find out, because that's the first time they talk about static here. Let's add those skeleton now. Add the rest of the features when we go. Okay, so like nothing changes when they do that. That's why they called it a static. Nope, still a static. Okay, so maybe it's just if you want to do a type of widget, you just call static as that type of widget. So then that doesn't get called in. So that's class contents viewer, right? Something like that. Oh, 100%. I have no clue. And this is one of the reasons why I would like to also have other versions. That's a good question. That's something I would maybe bring up to the textualize team. Maybe they have a thing in here. It's on the roadmap. Accessibility features, integration. So currently it doesn't. That's what we're finding. It currently does not. Maybe it would read well, but even then they're saying they're having a problem with screen readers. So yeah, that's a really good call out. Which, I mean, Laura, I would expect if anyone were going to call that out. That's a very cool. I mean, again, I'm glad that it's on the roadmap, but opportunities to help with, I guess. Okay, so contents viewer is static. This is going to be a list object of some sort, though. Exactly, this is what I'm thinking of. Option list, right? Option list, display a vertical list of options, maybe rich renderables. List view displays a list of items. Items may be other widgets. So yeah, you could do. What's the difference between an option list? That was the other thing I was thinking of, like that, where you have it displayed like that, but you just need way more content in there. Okay, so then it has its own bindings for up, down, all those things. Enter, select. No, I'm guessing you would just modify enter. You would say action enter does thing. Select the current option. Because that was the thing that I was thinking of here is like, it would be, while the markdown viewer is nice, if you have actionable options, you could go to it and then you could add bindings to them and then you can copy it. So here you would just have a list of options and the option would just be the markdown thing. That's an interesting concept that I don't know much about yet. Let's keep it pretty simple for right now. Let's go here. We got a footer. We need, what is this? So the list, they can be focusable. What's the difference between a lit? They can also be focusable. I don't understand the difference. Can someone tell me the difference? Selection list controls a generic which allows you to set the type of selection values. For instance, the data type for your values is an integer. You would type the input as follows. Okay, so this is, you have a list of objects and then the thing that you select is different. Selections as tuples. That's interesting. Select with a number of options. That's probably also relatively good. Blank state. Static. I'm guessing a static is just a thing that it shows. Yeah. Select. The select is a select yield header, select line for line and lines. What's the difference? The selection list controls a generic which allows you to set the type of selection values. For instance, if the data type values energy as follows. Typing is entirely optional. I don't understand. A selection list is designed to be built up of single line prompts, which can be rich text and an associated unique value. It's still not telling me anything. Can be tuples, either 2 or 3 values of length. Each tuple must contain a prompt and a value. It can also optionally contain a flag for the initial selected state of the option. Handling selections. Option disabled. I don't see anything about multiples. Yeah, the list view is just a list of list items, which is probably not it. An option list. I like the idea of the option list because then you can do like option list. You go to it, you pull up the option list, you go to where you want. And then with that, you could do the markdown viewer and you go to the selection, which is kind of dope. So let's try that. Let's create an option list here. What are these? Something's missing. Why is my class gone? It's kind of weird. Anyway. Oh, a bunch of stuff got messed up. What? Right, we go there. We create another class we call option list. That is, oh, I mean, I guess that is an option list, right? Right, markdown options list is here. You do that, class. Do these have to be strings? Oh, it's a simple collection of string objects. Okay. I mean, that's fine too. I don't know why I'm over here doing all the extra. We do want this to be, let's see, options. Generate option list. We go there, we do that, hit that. Yeah, that's fine. For entry in what is this, JSON paths? This is gonna be JSON dot loads JSON path dot. I don't need to keep calling this like 1,000 times. JSON entries like that. And then we can come down a little bit more. Yep, because then we don't have to do this. We can just say this is for entry in JSON entries. Boom. there. I mean, technically we could just make this the whole thing. Let's go back up here, because we're never looking at this directly as JSON, so we could just do that list comprehension here. We could just say entry for entry in JSON loads, like that. And then down here, what do you say? Oh yeah, that's wrong. Like that. Come down here. Those resolves issues are fine. So then here we don't have to do this. We can just say string entry for entry in JSON entries, like that. I think if you do join here, it's going to be, it'll be the repr, which, I mean, technically we could make the repr the same thing, right? Under repr self return self dot stir, like that. And then all right. Actually, yeah, this goes down here. All right, like that. And then here we want entry title for entry in JSON entries. What's this yelling at? Function is entry is unbound. Argument of type cannot be associated with. Yeah, okay, so there's two problems there. That's one. Yeah, entry is unbound. It's just saying that, hey, you're calling this before you're calling entry, which means we don't know how to do this thing. So this should probably come down here. So yeah, we do that. Yep. That actually needs to be indented some, right there. That cleans up. What are you yelling at me about now? Entry, this needs to be like star. Yep. Okay. Cool. Should still run, right? Yep, list token boom. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's cool. That's super cool. Because then you can, And see in the bottom, you have your commands. Although it didn't include all of them, it just included the one that there was an actual action for, which was kind of cool. We probably don't even need this load cookbooks thing. What we want to do is have that option. Let's make that a modal so that it pops up in front. I've got to go soon. Styles, events, mount, mouse up. Is there not a modal thing? I remember them showing the modal. Modal screen. A screen that takes the presence over. All right, Larry, you take care. It's good to chat with you again. Modal screen. Textual screen contains the screen class related objects, class special widget. Modal screen. A screen with bindings that take precedence over the app's key bindings. Layouts. Right. Screens. Here we go. Pop screen, push screen, modal screen. Here we go, modal screen. After pressing Q, you get that prompt. It basically just pushes it to the front. Okay. We don't need like all of that. We just want returning data from screens. Modal screen after pressing Q. Yep, you do that. Modal. All right, cool. So you could say you have compose, so you just have a screen, then you load that screen in, push screen. So then you just push the screen itself. All right, that's the last thing that we'll do. And then after that, we'll save, we'll commit, and then we'll figure out a plan for this in the future. Cool. All right, so we need to create a screen. That's the first thing we remember. Class, we need to probably import screen. I'm guessing it's from textual widget, from textual.screen. Okay. From textual.screen. Import screen. Class option screen. Displays the selection list for a cookbook. Okay. So now with that, do we need like a cancel? Like bindings would be cancel. We need a push screen. Self push quit screen. Oh, okay. Yeah, you have the self.app.pop screen. Okay, so yeah, you have an app. The app has the thing. All right, cool. So for the def compose, you have self bindings are going to be, I'm gonna say, what? Can you just do escape? Can we do escape? Like, is that a, that, does that work? Or ESC, does it know what ESC means? That would be cool if it did. We'll call this cancel, and then we need to do def action cancel, and that also takes self dot app dot pop screen. That. So this is going to be, this option list is going to go here. And then here we need select. Action select self, and that's going to be self push screen, and we're going to push screen of option, what do we call it? Option screen. Like that. And then now we load this. If we do S, has no attribute push screen. Oh, would help if I called it right. Boom, like that. And then I'm guessing pop screen is also, if those aren't the same, okay, I was gonna say, if those aren't the same, I'm gonna be really upset. Boom. So we load that. We select, requires an instance of screen and not screen. Option screen, push screen, option screen. Do you gotta call the actual option screen? Yeah. Hey, cool. So then when you select it, you like pop the screen and then you would go to that modal, which I think you could also do like a, I kind of like this as the selection, because then you can have a set of screens. Let's do one more screen here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna say class selection, or we'll say recipe screen. Recipe screen, that displays the dunderster of the entry object, right? Something to that effect. Bindings would be very similar. You would have S for option screen. Right, and then maybe you still have Q for quit. Oh, I wonder, does that work still? Does Q still work? Oh, it does. Okay, so yeah, you don't have to do, it just overrides the existing bindings. It doesn't, enter, oh, I didn't check if escape worked. Escape did not work. I don't know what that is called. Would it, does that work? Enter. I don't think we need enter. Oh yeah, you do. No. Let's just that one. Okay. Escape still doesn't do anything, which is annoying. We'll figure that out. Okay. Wait, how does enter work then? Bindings, binding updated signal, focus, active bindings, title. I just need bindings. Just give me. Textual screen, bindings, updated textual binding, input bindings, create bindings from there. Okay, input bindings. See, those work. It understands what CTRL means. Some keys can be combined. That's slightly frustrating. You have things like Control C and like those things, but you don't have. Okay, cool. I'm gonna call it from there. This was fun. I did a lot. Good Lord. I'm actually really impressed with this. I think. Let me just clean this up a little bit. Oh, let me finish this one part, I guess. How do you enter though? Like enter and leave elements, both enter and leave elements. So widget textual will send an enter event to a widget when the mouse is moved over a widget. No, that's not it. Input. What were those priority bindings? Is there one for enter? Tab and shift tab. I am genuinely just like, what key? I'm guessing if I go to their GitHub repo, it probably has a thing in here. Issue. Return? Return binding. All right, we'll have to figure this part out because I do like the format of running this, having it run, hitting select, and then being asked to choose. But there's like no on enter or on return. Maybe there is, and maybe I'm just missing it. Option list for showing a vertical list of options, rich items, option selected, enter, option defines which, so we can do on enter or action enter. I'm guessing we could just do action enter. They didn't give me a thing on how to interact with this. Key, select the current key, option list disabled, highlight option message, option selected, action first, action cursor down, Action select, select the currently add option, action page down. Okay, so we just do action enter for now, do that. Self, app, push, screen, and the screen is gonna be the recipe screen. And I think what you do is class recipe screen. That's gonna be a screen object. And I'm guessing you can have a value. Or no, it wouldn't be a screen object. It would be a static class recipe static. Guessing static isn't defined. It's a widget. Static. Or no, it's a markdown. Just markdown. Yeah. Markdown. Right. Okay, I do gotta go. I gotta get out of here. It's way past dinner time and I gotta cook. This has been fun. I almost nerd sniped myself to keep working on this, but we will probably work on this a little bit tomorrow afternoon. Maybe I'll stream it. Y'all have a good one. Take care.